Alright, hello. Today we're gonna be talking about health tanking and the best health tanking arcane in this update and in Warframe in general. And you might think that I'm talking about the one and only arcane persistence, right? This thing. You'd be wrong. There is the Naros and the Nidus and whoever doesn't have a shield that can use this, and they actually excel at it. They're really good with it. This is still an amazing arcane, and specifically for Inaros, it makes him unkillable. So I'm really happy to see my Sand Goat and the immortal King Inaros actually live up to his name, because he's actually immortal now. So that's great. More on that in a future video. This time though, the best health tanking arcane for everyone else is this one. You might think I'm joking, but just hear me out for a second. 100% of ability strength modifiers are also applied to max shields. This means that if you have strength, this strength part is becoming a shield part. So now I gain 352% shield from my strength. That's great. No, it really is. It's actually like amazing. And especially for shield warframes like Hildrine, or anybody that you can just remove prime redirection now because you don't need it. Like you can go Mirage, put this Arcane on, and you can bypass prime redirection. Same with Gaia. You can completely bypass the prime redirection mode because of this and just use it. Now, you know, that's really good. That's actually ridiculously good. But we're talking about health tanking here. So we have parasitic armor. This ability, without Arcane, is broken. It's busted. What this ability does is that it converts part of your shield to become armor. And I know how the tooltip shows Hildrine here with 1500 armor, and that is misleading as hell. Like, holy shit. Why would you ever use this on Hildrine? She just doesn't have abilities anymore. Regardless, here is a Wisp build. This was also the same build that we saw on the guide for the solo health tanking Wisp. And already through the guide, which I'm going to leave in the description, by the way, if you want to check out, you could, like, level cap. You could easily level cap with this. I've done it before. I have some clips of it, just health tanking people at level 5000 standing still. You could easily do it. It's not even that hard. But you needed a Night Spectre. I can guarantee that. A Night Spectre was needed to increase your strength and get that shit going. So, some stuff about this ability. First of all, conditional buffs like Sling Strength, Energy Conversion, Night Spectre, whatever, they work on the Arcane itself. They work directly on it. Which means that, as you can see now, I have a purple shield, which means I have overshield. But if I do Sling Strength, the overshield is gone because my max shield has increased. And if I get something like Growing Power, my max shield increased again. Now I'm at 3400. And if I get an Energy Orb for Energy Conversion, now I have 1500 shield. You see how it just keeps going up? And if I put a Night Spectre down, now we have 4000 shield. But yes, it just works with everything. And guess what? We now have 27,000 armor with this. 27,000 armor. If it's not obvious, my health bar will never move. 27,000 armor is an insane amount of armor. There is no diminishing returns on how much armor you can actually get. And you will just keep ignoring part of your damage, even if the percentage seems to be going out more slowly. The actual damage received is steadily going down per armor value, even if you go to ridiculous amounts. Why is my Spectre tweaking? Anyways, so now that's out of the way, and we know what parasitic armor does, which, by the way, one more thing about it, you don't actually need to cast it when you're at max shields. Even if you have 0 shields and you cast it, you still get 100% of the value of it. I'm saying this because it was confusing to me at the start that I thought it was for current shield, but it's for your actual max shields. which means you can just cast it whenever, and that's it. You get the full value of it, full timer, full everything. So we just saw this build. This build can easily survive level cap with nothing. I'm gonna show another build now with, thank you, with Harrow. This guy with parasitic armor, I'm gonna say straight up, this is not better than Evade. Where's Evade? Here. This is not better than Evade. That was my phone if you heard it. Evade has Arcane Crepuscular and Arcane Crepuscular 3x final critical damage for Harrow with his Covenant. That is straight up too good. However, if you want a health tank and you want to use this, it is incredible. It is genuinely incredible. So we're going to take a look at it. I'm just going to take a... What do we take? Let's take a Shidu. Why not? It's a pretty cool weapon. And just roll with it. I'm gonna showcase this because there is a bit of a different loop on how you need to play. Because Harrow's second ability, it does heal him, give him fire rate, and give him reload speed. But you also need to have shields in order to cast it, and parasitic armor sacrifices shields. So you need to cast it before your parasitic armor in order to make use of it and actually survive the mission efficiently. So yeah, here is the gameplay loop. Let me go find enemies. So you start by casting Covenant, tank your damage, whatever. As you can see, these guys do a lot of damage because we're in mode, and in mode enemies do double damage. You do the whole second ability, and now you press parasitic armor, and we have 12k armor. Now with 12k armor, once again, we're tanky as hell, and because I have a Panzer Vulpaphyla, that heals me as well, which is pretty crazy. But as you can see, every time we shoot anything, we get the heal buff. So yeah, and as you can see on the bottom right, on the abilities, we can actually recast our parasitic armor before a second ability even runs out. So we can cast it twice before we have to do another loop. But we have to make sure that we don't forget to cast it, because if we do, we're gonna die instantly. This guy is no tank at all. However, you do get a small period time frame where you're immortal when parasitic armor is over. So you can actually recast it, and with moderate casting speed, it's enough to have it recasted before the time period of invulnerability runs out. So you're very, very safe. And obviously, we're not taking damage, ever, with this. 16,000 armor from parasitic armor now. It's way too much. We're not taking damage. Around 20k armor and 1500 health is more than enough for you to tank anything and everything, as long as you can heal your damage back up. And Harrow, with his second ability, has the perfect tool to heal his damage back up. So you're never, ever, ever in any danger. It's really nice. Now, when everything runs out, you need to find people to press your 1 on, so you can then press 2 before recasting 3 again, and then you just do the loop once again. Now, the build that I showcased has Prime Shed. Not everyone has Prime Shed. I am aware of that. And because not everyone has Prime Shed, I would suggest, if you're actually doing this build and you don't have Prime Shed to put it on there for the extra shield, that's fine. Please put Stretch, because the range is gonna help your first ability, and you won't have to like walk directly next to the enemies to cast it, and it will be easier to get the gameplay loop going once again. Yes, you will lose a lot of health, and you will lose a lot of VHP, because Prime Shed is an important mode of this. Or, sorry, not Prime Shed, Prime Vigor. My bad, Prime Vigor. But, yeah. Without Prime Vigor, even though you lose a lot, it's still more important to have a comfy gameplay loop than just putting normal Vigor, which is way, way worse. Normal Vigor and Prime Vigor have a big, big difference. Also, as you saw, a Blast Eximus hitting me with double damage. He didn't even scratch my health. So, you know. This thing doesn't die. 100%. You will always stay alive no matter what. The only thing that can be a threat to it is bleed procs, but If you have enough health to tank a tick of the bleed proc, as long as you shoot, you will tank all of them because you simply life salute all back up instantly because you're Harrow. So, pretty cool. So Harrow with this build, once again, not better than Evade. Evade is better due to Arcane Crepuscular being one of the best arcanes in the game with its final critical damage bonus. But this is still absolutely ridiculous. It's still so good. Once again, showcasing the build and mentioning that if you don't have this, No More Vigor is 50% versus 75. It's okay. You can get away with it. But in my opinion, Stretch is gonna feel better because yes, you do lose a lot of stuff here, but your first ability is gonna be 16 meters instead of 7 meters. 7 meters is minuscule. So, yeah. But, you know, go around, test it a bit. If you liked Vigor instead of Prime Vigor more, then go ahead and do that. I'm gonna show one last Warframe where this is possible on, and then go for a plethora of Warframes where this is actually possible and doable, and show you which ones are worth it or not. But the next one is gonna be funny to some, and it's gonna want people to stab me in real life when they see it. Aha! you and your mesmer skin. Oh, guys, we have the best health tanking, or sorry, the best tank ability in the entire game right here. Fuck it, I don't even need it. I have it on my build, but I don't need it. I will never use it. Because we can actually parasitic armor with this guy. Who gave this guy a base shield of 825, by the way? Who did this? I love it. Anyways, I'm gonna show you Invigoration is primary damage reload speed. Doesn't have anything to do with the actual build. If you want to do shards on this, and you do red shards are gonna increase your max shield, but also increase the parasitic armor percentage that you convert, which is gonna be kinda crazy. So definitely my choice for that if you wanna do shards on this and try this out, because honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. This is actually super good. Like this is genuinely super good. I'm not saying this to just troll or to like shit on Revenant and his Hisu. I know how good he is, how good his Hisu is, but this is genuinely really good. And if you're also like a Revenant Andy, someone who plays him a lot, and you have his augment, throw pact on this build somewhere instead of Augur Secrets. I wanted to do this, but I CBA to reformat just for this build. This is so good instead of Augur Secrets to actually get some really good DPS as well. So yeah, to showcase this, because this is even stronger than the other two, I'm gonna go to the Sanctum Anatomica, and I'm just gonna do the EDA. Not all of it, the first two missions, because the second mission, I believe, has the flames, the homing missiles things. Let me check. Amphors will inflict no all damage on enemies have overguard. Yeah, the weapons deal 5x damage to overguard, and Necromex. No, wait, what? Is it this one? No. Or covering weapons that deal 5x damage to overguards and Necromex. I don't remember. Anyways, in this mission, enemies just deal more damage from my experience, so it's good. But obviously, for Revenant doesn't have anything to get his health back. So in order to get your health back at Revenant, or any other frame that cannot recover their health normally, you want to use the Panzer Vopafala, and you want to put in Hunter Recovery. This will heal you through Varacos, and the healing is actually a lot. Like, the healing is crazy. You're gonna see it in action, but this is the way to do it. So, let's go. I just want to get to the second mission because I remember the enemies deal a lot more damage on that. And the funny part is, as you can see, we have 5,300 shield. I don't even need to activate Parasitic Armor. I can just play. Because, like, what are they gonna do to me? I have 5,300 armor. Like, yeah, shoot me. Get through that first. Or, sorry, shield, not armor. You gotta get through that first before you do anything to me. Yeah. You know, I could cast Mesmer Skin, obviously, if I wanted to, but I don't need to. Look at me. 6,000 armor or 6,000 shield? Nah. Not bad. Not too bad, eh? Not too shabby. I'm Hildrin now. I turned Revenant into Hildrin. Look at that. Seeth and mold or something. I don't know. Who needs Mesmer Skin anyways? I don't. I just need my shields. That's all I need. Anyways, here's an atomizer that I can headshot. Oh, there goes my cat. Anyway. So, like... They still haven't gone through my shield. I'm just gonna say that. Because I think it's funny. They're trying. They really are. Okay, I think... Did they go through? I still have some shield left. Okay, never mind. Whoa. Any day now. Okay, they went through the shield. I activated Mesmer Skin. Yo, my fault. Somebody shoot me real quick. I need this Mesmer Skin to go away. Anyway, I don't know if you see top right, but Mesmer Skin is at 33,000 armor. 33,000 armor is quite a bit of something. And I really need well, not to first of all not die through Mesmer Skin. What the fuck? But second of all, for Mesmer Skin to run out, I have like 15 stacks of it. Oh, a Bone Widow. It's switching for some reason. I don't know. Guys, I'm sorry. I was used to my parasitic armor being on the second ability for some reason. I don't know. I think I played a Warframe that had parasitic armor on 2 and I misclicked it. Anyway. I should have just subsumed over Mesmer Skin, dude. What am I doing? Any day now. 4 stacks. Any day now. 2 stacks. Yeah, catastrophic misclick from my part on Mesmer Skin. Okay, we're at 0 stacks, please. Alright, there we go. So now, hit me. Give it your best shot. Anyway, so the cat's dead again. I, however, you know, I can take damage, so pretty cool. And I don't have energy, which is pretty bad, but don't worry about it. We're regenning it. And yeah, we're back at doing this. So yeah, you kinda just don't take damage. It's similar to just activating Mesmer Skin, but without the status effect immunity, I guess. Is it good? No. Is it funny? Yeah. Am I gonna die in one shot if I don't activate it? Yeah. But come on, you can easily just admit that it's funny that you see a no Mesmer Skin Revenant just running around doing this through hell tanking. Anyways, so that's a Jade Light. Look at my health. Like, I took 50 damage from the Jade Light, standing on it. 50! What the fuck? Oh no. What am I gonna do? I don't understand. Actually, I do understand. Maybe you don't, but it's fine. I don't blame you. It is really stupid, yeah. how incredibly tanky this is. For no reason whatsoever. If you want, you can actually subsume off Mercenary skin for parasitic armor. Is it better? No. But you can do that. Echo Voka. Alright, there we go. We reached the second mission. Finally. This was the longest fucking exterminate ever, because they are only immune if you headshot them. Or like not immune. If you are close and you also need to headshot them. Regardless. We're now on mission 2. This is what I needed. So on this mission, enemies deal a ton more damage. The Culverine specifically. They have a ton more damage. Like, they can actually one-tap you. For the most part. So you gotta be careful. Yeah, just like Hans got one-tap just now. Alright. So, Parasitic. And I have Corrosive procs on me, which means these guys have lowered my armor. But how much can you lower 30,000 armor for it to matter? Realistically. You know? I'm gonna go to Hypothermia to show how much 31,000 armor is. Because I know you people would like to see that. But yeah, it's obviously not taking any damage. Like the Culverines that normally one-shot you are dealing 2 damage to me per shot. This is unreal. Unreal. These guys are normally dealing so much damage and they're dealing nothing. I love it. Anyways, yeah. Pretty cool. Let's get out of here. You can tell me that this isn't, like, impressive, at least. Because you can imagine the amount of Warframes that can actually do this and be ridiculously good. Like, holy shit. Anyway, let's look at some. Mirage, any Warframe that has over 300 shield can do this, by the way. Because, obviously, Wisp does have, like, 270, and she can do this with 270. So any Warframe with over 300 base shield, you can do this. So we can do this with Ivara. We can try... I wanted to try this with Limbo unironically and do a level cap with him. Just so I can prove a point on how strong it is. But I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I wanna ruin my Warframe and ruin Sci-Fi Freak's day by doing a solo health tank level cap on Limbo. But if you guys want to see that, if you want to see a level cap Limbo health tanking build, and me actually doing it, I would not be opposed to that, because it's possible. Anyways, so Gaia can do this. Chroma can obviously do this. Korra can do this. Banshee, not really. Equinox can do this, because her first ability counts as base shields on the Night Form, so she can do that. Then Mag can do it. Ash Prime, yep. Trinity with this might go insane. Yo, Trinity with this and Blessing and Link, how it can die, right? Genuinely, how it can die. Wait, if you have Trinity and you do this, genuinely, is your health bar just gonna stand still? Is it just not gonna go down even like by 1 health bar? Because it is straight up like, even before this, you could health tank with Trinity with just Blessing and Link, because Link is like 75% damage reduction, and this is also 75% damage reduction on top of that. And then, okay, well, that could be very crazy. Next, Harrow, yeah. Citrine, I mean, do you need to? If you want to, yeah. Revenant, we saw it. Protea, yep. Nyx, but I don't see why you would need to, because her 4 just makes her immortal anyway. Uh, Jade, you can do that with Jade for sure. Although Jade, I think using the Arcane just as it is on Jade, like this, and then using Redirection with that and using your 2, that's gonna be way, way better. So don't do that with Jade. Anyways, Vault, you can rather do that. Necros, I don't think it's worth it because he's already such an efficient tank that you can actually just ignore that. But if you want to use it here instead of Arcane Acceleration on the main build, Arcane Expertise that is, then you can. But this already tanks level cap super easily, so you don't need to do it. Anyways, Oberon, I mean, he doesn't need it. Rhino, so Rhino Amulistic, as I said before, he made a video about this where you could get Iron Skin numbers close to 1 million or even over 1 million by abusing this mechanic with Parasitic Armor, Strength Swords, and and Arcane Persistence anyway. Or not Persistence, Expertise. With Arcane Expertise, Parasitic Armor and all that, and then you just press Iron Skin, your Iron Skin number is just so fucking high on its own, so it doesn't matter. Garelli is actually really good with this. If you use Loyal Merlina, so something like this, I actually tried this. This one is really good. Although not as good as the other options in my opinion, and especially because Merlina Guardian is just a way way better, augment in my opinion. So I think this is still really good, really strong. I would still prefer Merlina Guardian because it's just way more fun and way better. Then we got a don't do this. I think Hildren with no abilities is Despair. Inaros obviously has no shield. Styanax. So you can actually do this if you want. I don't see why you would do it, especially because Styanax gives shield back every time you kill something. But obviously, if you play Styanax, you can now use Arcane Expertise over here, and now you're like goated. Look at this. How it can die. You have Intemperate Sad, you have Nourish, you have this. So you have permanently max energy, you have Arcane Expertise giving you a shit ton of shields, especially with Primary Direction, that I don't even need Primary Direction anymore. 2460 shields on my own. Without this, you can actually just remove it if you want, but like this is kind of funny. And then what else? Gauss has 100% damage reduction on his own, and the passive, I don't think you need to do that, but maybe. I don't know. Atlas, you can, obviously, but no. Hydroid is actually really good with this. I didn't try it with Hydroid, but Hydroid has Rousing Plunder, which heals him every time he presses Plunder on an enemy in an area. So I think this would actually be really good on him. Like, health tanking Hydroid with something like this is really comfortable already. So I would be down to try something like that with Rousing Plunder. And probably, I don't know, subsuming still Tidal Surge, I guess? Because, Tempest Barrage, even without Viral Tempest, is really good, so... Yeah. I think Hydroid has a new toy to play if you want to do that, for sure. Then Frost, yeah, you can. I don't know. Would you want to? Probably not, but you can. Then that's it, I think. I don't see a reason why you would do this to Lavos instead of Persistence. Lavos just benefits from Persistence immediately, so just use that instead. And then we have Wukong. I don't play Wukong, but if you think that you need it on Wukong, feel free to do that. I don't actually play Wukong. I don't. So yeah. Arcane Expertise, our new best health tanking arcane in the entire game. Who would have thunk? Like, I saw it, it didn't hit me immediately. After seeing it the second time, it hit me and I'm like, wait, this is broken. And immediately I went to testing and it wasn't broken. And the fact that I can health tank so efficiently on things like Harrow, Revenant, and other stuff is really funny to me. And a lot of people would say, oh, but you're like ruining the character's intentional kit and how it works. And simply, I don't care. I like this kind of playstyle, and if you do like it, you can also try it for yourself. And I think for Harrow, it actually works great with the rest of his kit and his abilities, and especially if you don't have evade because you don't have side subsumed or something. This is actually an insane strat you can do on him. For Revenant and Wisp, Wisp, if you like health tanking and being lazy, it can be amazing with it. And for Revenant, obviously, if you wanna do it for the fun, go ahead. It's definitely a new toy to play. One thing I can mention before we end the video, actually, is that I haven't tried this with Primary Bulwark because I don't have it maxed out yet. But it's really obvious that Primary Bulwark will constantly be at 500% when used with this Arcane. So if you want to do that, you can actually get Primary Bulwark here and get a maximum of 500% pretty much all the time, which is really good. But, that's just me. That's just the food for thought. Regardless, that's gonna be it for today's video. Expect more on the new Arcane stuff. I don't know when I'm gonna do Uriel, because I don't even have Uriel yet. I'm still testing all of the Arcane stuff and I'm getting those first because those to me are the most interesting and the ones that I'm hyped about the most. And yeah, once I'm done with that and I'm done getting all of the new stuff, then I will take a look at Uriel. I will take a look at all the new weapons and stuff. Right now, if you ask me anything about them, I cannot answer you. I haven't tested them. I haven't tried them. Thank you very much for watching another video of mine, and I will see you on the next one.